Now that his physical voice was silent, the inner voice of reason and other voices too made themselves heard. Biggie was calling him a kid. Another voice told him not to be a fool, and the darkness and despair entrepreneur gave the night a kind of dignity chair in reality. As they came to the last slope, Jack and Roger drew near, changed from the extinction to distinctly figured by common concision. The stupid and crushed together. Behind them on the horizon was a beach of lecture sky where a moment the moon would rest. The wind rode one in the forest and pushed their rig against them. Relapse cheered, come on. The grip forward Roger legged a little. Jack and Ralph turned the shoulder. Roger legged a little. Jack and Ralph turned the shoulder of the mountain. Together, the glittering link of the legend lie below them, and beyond that a long white smidge that was the reef. Roger joined them. Jack whispered, let's creep forward on hand and knee. Maybe it's asleep. Roger and Lilith moved on, the time leaving Jack in the rear. For all his brave words, they came to the flat top where the rock was hard to hand and knee, a curtain that bilged. Ralph put his hand in the cold, soft edge of the fire and smothered a cry. His head and shoulder were twitching from the unlooked for contact. Green light of necessity appeared for a moment and ate into the darkness. Roger lay behind him, and Jack's mouth was at his ear. Over there, where there used to be a gap in the rock, a sort of empty issue below, and to Ralph from the dead fire, he could not see the gap or anything else, because the green light were opening again and growing, and the top of the moment was sliding sideways. One more from a destination, he heard Jack whisper, scared, not scared so much as barely, hang up there immovably on the top of a damaged moving mountain. Jack slid away from him. Roger jumped from below with a haze of breath and paced onward. He heard them whispering, can you see anything? There in front of them, only 3 or 4 yards away, was a rock-like hump where no rock should be. Ralph could hear a tiny, shattering noise coming from somewhere, perhaps from his own mouth. He bound himself together with his will, pushed his fire and looking into a hatred and stood up. He looked 2 little steps forward. Behind them, the silver of moon had drawn clear of the horizon. Before them, something like a great ape was sitting asleep with its head between its knees. Then the wind roared in the forest. There was confusion in the darkness, and the creature lifted its head, holding toward them a ruin of a face. Ralph found himself taken again straight among the issue. He heard other creatures crying out and leaping, and dared the impossible on the dark slope. Presently the mountain was destroyed, save for the tree, abandoned stick, and the thing that bowed Biggie looked up miserable from the downhill beach to the dark mountain. Are you sure? Really sure? I mean, I told you 1,000 times now, said Rilla. We saw it. Do you think we are safe down here? How the hell should I know? Rilla jerked away from him and walked a few paces along the beach. Jack was naked and drawing a circle, buttering in the sand with his furry wing. Biggie voice came to them, hushed. Are you sure? Really? Go up and see, said Jack Contrapulsion and good riddance, no fire. The best at Dean, said Relaf, and the big black eye, he shudderingly violent. Biggie took off his own round of glass and polished the surface. What we going to do? Relaf turned toward the platform. The conch glimmered among the true, a well blob against the place where the sun would rest. He pushed back his mop. I don't know. He remembered the pain's flight down the mountain. I don't think we would ever fight a thing that size. Honestly, you know, we would talk, but we wouldn't fight a tiger. We would hate even Jack. Eyed, Jack still looked at the sand. What about my hunter? Simon came strolling out of the shadow by the shelter. Relax, ignoring Jack's question. He pointed to the torch of yellow above the sea. As long as there light, we are brave enough. But then and now that thing quit by the fire as though it didn't want us to be rescued. He was twisting his hand now. Uncomfortability, his voice rose. So we can't have a single fire. We are battering up wind of gold appeared above the sea, and at once all the sky lightened. What about my hunter boy armed with stick? Jack got to his feet. His face was red as he marched away. Biggie put on his own glass and looked at Relax. Now you done it. You've been rude about his hunter. Oh, shut up. The sound of the inexplicably below conch interrupted them as though he were surrounding the rising sun. Jack went on blowing till the shelter where Astor and the hunter crept to the platform, and the little whispered as now they so frequently did Relaf rose openly and Biggie and the one to the platform. Tuck, said Relaf, burly, tuck, tuck, tuck. He took the conch from Jack. This meeting, Jack interrupted him. I called it. If you hadn't called it, should have. Well, isn't that calling it? Oh, take it, go on, Tuck. Relaf thrust the conch into Jack's arm and sat down on the trunk. I have called an assembly, said Jack, because of a lot of things. First, you know now, we have seen the beast. We crawled up. We were only a few feet away. The beast sat up and looked at us. I don't know what it does. We don't even know what it is. The beast came out of the sea, out of the dark tree. Quiet, shouted Jack. You listen, the beast is sitting up there, whatever it is. Perhaps it's waiting. Hunting? Yes, hunting. Hunting, said Jack. He remembered his egg-old Thermore in the forest. Yes, the beast is a hunter. Only shut up. The next thing is that we couldn't kill it. And the next is that real have said my hunter are not good. I never said that. I have got the country laughing. You are coward running away from the ball at the best, and that's not all. There was a kind of sigh on the platform as if everyone knew what was coming. Jack's voice went up terminal yet diminution, pushing against the incooperative silence. He is like Biggie, he's stating like Biggie, he isn't a prop chef. Jack closed the conch to him. He is a coward himself. For a moment he paused and then went on top when Roger and me went on. He stayed back. I want to. After the two boys glared at each other, drew sixes of him. I went on to. Cedric laughed. Then I ran away. So did you. Call me a coward then. Jack turned to the hunter. He is not a hunter. He would never have got as meat. He isn't a perfect and we don't know anything about him. He just give order and expect people to obey for nothing. All this talk, shouted Relaf. Talk, talk. He wanted it. He called the meeting. Jack turned red in the face. His chin snapped back. He glowered up under his elbow. "All right, then," he said in tone of deep meaning and meaning. "All right." He held the conch against his chest with one hand and stooped the other with his index finger. How Tankrulaf ought to be a chief. He looked exactly at the boy ranged round, who had frozen under the palm. There was deadly silence.